Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode on the channel. I know I haven't been uploading recently. International break has been killing me if I'm being completely honest with you. But we are back with a tier list, and today I think we're doing a really interesting video. We are going to be rating or ranking each and every single Arsenal player based on how they've performed so far this season. So far I know it's pretty early, but I think we've had enough games to see where the direction is going. How the performances the players have been putting in. Let's see how good they've actually been performing on a tier list. I love doing me a tier list. So if you guys do want to see more tier lists, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe. Let's try and go for 100 likes on this video, and we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you can hit the subscribe button, it means a lot. Now, jumping straight into the tier list, I think Max Dowman. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, if we look at just pure game time, he hasn't had a lot of game time. But for a 15-year-old, he's had a lot of game time. So Max Dowman, I think he's been unbelievable when he's had the opportunity. Arteta's given him the keys quite a few times. He had a good 30 minutes against Leeds. I think his performances for a 15-year-old is an absolute joke. This guy's going to be an absolute well-beater in the future. I'm gonna put him in B tier. For a 15-year-old, is not normal what he's doing. I think he's been unbelievable. Next season, hopefully, he gets more game time. He gets more opportunities. I think he's going to get a few more opportunities going down the season, FA Cup, Carabao Cup and whatnot. But Max Dowman, he's really impressed me so far. Moving on to Leandro Trossard, I think in the beginning half of the season, he was injured. He was, suffering from an injury. He's come back, came off the bench, and started getting goals and assists left, right, and centre. I thought, Leandro Trossard, he's taking the competition seriously. Arteta gave him the keys. He started a few games, and he's been absolutely mid. If I'm being honest with you, every game Leandro Trossard started, he has not impressed me too much, if I'm being honest with you, which is why I'm actually going to put him C tier. I want to see more from Leandro Trossard, right? He showed me a lot when he came off the bench. Don't just show to me that you're just a bench player, an impact player off the bench. I want to see you start, make impacts. And honestly, Leandro Trossard, I think I expect more from you. With the game time you've had so far this season, considering you were injured, you've had a lot of minutes. So I'm going to put Leandro Trossard C tier, but of course that can change over the course of the season. Christian Norgard, I'm going to put him D tier because he hasn't had game time. D tier, I'm going to leave that for players who just haven't had enough game time so far this season. Nergard, he had a good preseason. He's slowly coming back into the squad now. Let's see what he's made of in the next couple of games. He looks like a really solid player. Same with Kepa Arrizabalaga. He's only played one game for Arsenal if you don't include preseason. But he's looked decent, As a backup goalkeeper, you can't expect much. Now, moving on to David Raya, one of the most impressive goalkeepers. Is he the best goalkeeper in the world? That's the big question. I think David Raya is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best goalkeeper in the world. In terms of distribution, there isn't a keeper like him, if I'm being honest with you. And in terms of the shot stopping, the saves he's made, he's part of the best defense in the world. The defense in the world that have only conceded one goal from open play, from Erling Haaland, who's probably the most informed striker in the world. He's been unbelievable for Arsenal so far this season. I'm going to put him A tier for now. He could easily go to S tier, but David Raya, he's been unbelievable. One of Mikel Arteta's most underrated signings, in my opinion. Now, Kai Havertz, it's just a bummer that he suffered an injury. We're going to have to leave him D tier because he just hasn't had any game time in the Premier League at all this season. I am really looking forward for when Kai Havertz does come back, because I think he's got a point to prove. I think he was showing in preseason when he came off the bench and ran halfway across the field to score a goal. I'm missing him a lot. I'm not going to lie to you, because Victor Gyokeres is a very different striker. I miss that link-up play, the target man play, the combinations he had with the players, his understanding of the system. He's such an integral player in the system, and I think we're starting to realise that. Kai Havertz, can't wait till he comes back from injury. But when he does, we're going to give him a more fair assessment. I think he could easily go into an A tier if he's had game time. Martin Odegaard. This one pains me, because he has looked absolutely unbelievable this season, but he just keeps on suffering injuries. Where is this injury crisis coming from? Martin Odegaard has suffered 3 injuries already this season, all coming before the first half. He looked like he was about to jump on some really crazy form. The game against Newcastle practically was probably the most key figure in getting us that last minute winner. Got the assist, was controlling the game, forced Newcastle into parking the bus. And then the next game, Olympiacos, was world class, if I'm being completely honest with you. He was looking like he was getting back to his best form. It was so good to see. And then he gets injured in the first half against West Ham. It's so unfortunate. But I do back Martin Odegaard to come back from his injury and continue that form. He looked unbelievable. I'm going to put him A tier. He's really impressed me this season. I'm not going to lie to you. I think top of B tier makes sense just because of the game time. I want to see more from Martin Odegaard. When he does come back from injury, hopefully he can keep up. Hopefully it's just not a purple patch. But he's really impressed me, and I want to see my captain play his best football again. Now, Victor Gyokeres, this one, This one's a bit techie, man, because he scored 3 goals in 10 games, which isn't the greatest return considering he scored 100 goals in the last 2 seasons. We signed him for £60 million. In his prime years, I want to see more. His link-up play doesn't look the greatest. He doesn't look comfortable on the ball. In terms of just getting involved in the game, I think he's been struggling to adapt to the Premier League a little bit, which is understandable. He has played in the Premier League before, which actually makes his case worse, to be honest with you. But we signed him in his peak years as a 27-year-old to make instant impact. You said you are amongst the Haalands, the Lewandowskis, the Kylian Mbappes of the world in terms of level of strikers. I haven't seen that as of yet. It's been quite underwhelming so far, but I have seen improvements in recent weeks in his game, in terms of his link-up, in terms of his understanding of the system. One thing that I will praise Victor Gyokeres is his work ethic. He puts in so much yards, and what it does, him making those runs, him, occupying the defenders, allows Bukayo Saka to have more space, allows Martinelli to have more space on the other side, Eberechi Eze. It makes everyone else around him play better, but I want to see more from him. I want to see him score more goals. I want to see him charge into that box, dominate that box a lot more, which I haven't seen so far from Victor Gyokeres. So I'm going to put him C tier with Leandro Trossard, and he's only scored 3 goals and 1 from open play. I need to see more, man. Now, moving on to Ben White, he just hasn't had enough game time, if I'm being honest with you. Coming back from an injury, he had the game against Olympiacos where he started. He looked really off it, if I'm being honest with you, which is understandable. Coming back from injury, we're gonna leave him in D tier because he hasn't needed. We signed Julian Timber. He hasn't needed. We didn't need to force him back into the team. He's been playing with so many injuries over the past few seasons. I'm gonna ease him in, but he's gonna go D tier, not because he's bad like the rest of them here, but because they just haven't had enough game time. Now, Mikel Merino, I think he's actually been really good for Arsenal this season. I'm going to put him B tier. I'm going to put Mikel Merino B tier. Came in clutch with the goal against Newcastle. Obviously, he's such a reliable player when it comes to getting goals. I think he's best off the bench. I don't want to see him start because Mikel Arteta had a freakish nature where he was starting Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Mikel Merino. That midfield three just doesn't work. And honestly, it taints Mikel Merino's image a little bit more because he isn't your creative midfielder. He's a midfielder that can get you goals, but he's more of a sitter. He's more of a duel winner when it comes to actual midfield play. So I'm going to put him B tier. Came up with a lot of clutch goals. Solid player. Wins you the ball. You just can't complain with the Mikel Merino in the team. Very good squad player to have. Now, Declan Rice. I think he's been solid this season. I don't think he's been unbelievable the way he's been doing it the last few seasons, taking games by the scruff of the neck, really dominating the midfield. He's been playing that box-to-box role every single game because of Zubimendi, but I still want to see a little bit more from Declan Rice. I'm going to put him B tier. I think I want to see more from Declan Rice, but he hasn't been bad at all. I think he's just been solid. Now, moving on to Gabriel Jesus. Of course, he's been injured, suffered an ACL last season. I can't wait to see Gabriel Jesus back. He's such a good footballer. I want to see him make a bit more impact. He's got competition now. Victor Gyokeres, Kai Havertz. He's a very different striker to them two. He's more technically secure. He's more fun to watch. And I feel like if he can get a run of games together, he can really push the other two. And honestly, I just miss Gabriel Jesus. He's such a good footballer. And it's not nice seeing him injured all the time, if I'm being honest with you. Now, I think we have our first S-tier player. Julian Timber has been the best right back in the world this season. No one can argue that, in my opinion. Maybe Reece James, maybe Hakimi, but Julian Timber, oh my god, he's taken his game to another level this season. Part of that, indestructible backline that we have in that right back position just secures, locks up every single winger that comes up against him. And then when he has the ball, so technically secure, so jinky, so, if anything, his game going forward in terms of crossing, I've seen him cross the ball a lot more. He's looking a lot more threatening. Honestly, Julian Timber has been unbelievable for Arsenal this season, and I just want to watch for Arsenal because of Julian Timber. That's how good he is. Moving on to another potential S-tier signing. We signed him for £60 million. He rejected Real Madrid. He rejected Liverpool to join Arsenal. And we can see why they wanted him. Because this Zubimendi guy is an absolute joke. Oh my god, the performance he's been putting up recently. The 2 goals he scored in the game against Nottingham Forest. Unbelievable footballer. S-tier easily, man. He's just on the ball. He's just a metronome. Keeps the ball ticking. Knows when to play the ball. Knows when to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. Makes us play so much better football. Honestly, Martin Zubimendi, world class so far this season. Bukayo Saka obviously suffered an injury. I don't think he's been amazing, but obviously Madueke has been a player that has had more game time here. He's been gaining goals. He's starting to get his form back. Scored an unbelievable goal for England the other week. I'm going to put Bukayo Saka B tier for now, but I do expect him to, when he starts getting his fitness back, more game time, he's just going to cook. It's Bukayo Saka. We can't really underestimate him. Gabriel Magalhaes, S tier. part of that backline that's only conceded one open goal this season. The goal he scored against Newcastle, coming up with clutch goals. Gabriel Magalhaes, oh my god, this guy is world class. The best centre back in the world, maybe you could say that, but he's been unbelievable. Eberechi Eze, I think I want to see a little bit more from Eze. I want to put him beat it. I want to see more from him, you know. But obviously, it's not his fault. Arteta playing in left wing, I don't think he suits that left hand side. In terms of goals and assists, I think he could have scored a few goals. I think his game time has been quite limited, but Eberechi Eze is Eberechi Eze. He's going to come so good. He's had really special moments already, won us a few games, got us a few points just from himself, just from his ability on the ball. You can see the magic he has, and I want to see more of him and Erdegaard, the Eze-Guard link-up, because them two, I think they complement each other really well. Like, for example, the assist for Martinelli against Manchester City, Eberechi Eze is the midfielder that wins you games like that, makes that winning pass. And I want to see more from him, if I'm being honest with you. But he has just joined Arsenal, and he hasn't had much game time. But obviously, going forward, I do expect Eberechi Eze to really be that key figure in this Arsenal team. William Saliba, I'm going to put him 8 here. I think, you know, suffered an injury in the beginning half of the season. I do think Gabriel Magalhaes has been better than William Saliba, but he's been unbelievable since he's come back from injury. Ricardo Calafiori, oh my God, putting him straight S tier. Not only is he available, not only is he not getting injured as much, his performances has been unbelievable. He's keeping Miles Lewis-Skelly out of the squad, and I feel sorry for Lewis-Skelly. But Calafiori has been unbelievable, defensively so secure. He's inverting, he's overlapping. You see him in a number 6 position collecting the ball from Gabriel. Then you'll see him in a number 10 just slapping in shots. You'll see him making runs in behind. This is a player that can do it all. He's a maverick. He's such a dynamic player. And this season, he's really taken his game to the next level, especially with that availability, man, because that's what he struggled with in recent seasons. But Calafiori, easily S tier. You can see this S tier is dominated with our backline core. So you can tell the defense from Arsenal has been really impressive this season. Moving on to Noni Madueke, oh my God, if he did not get injured, bro, he was unbelievable. He was proving every single doubt of wrong. Unbelievable performance from Noni Madueke. If he didn't get injured, oh my God. This guy, bro, for £50 million, everyone's hating on him. Everyone was doing petitions to let him go. Everyone was questioning Mikel Arteta. Well, I think we know why we signed him, because this guy is an absolute freak on the ball. One-on-one ability, just creates chances out of nothing. I want to see more end product from him, but I think that will come when he does come back from injury. Honestly, unbelievable signing so far. Christian Mosquera, again, a hidden gem from Valencia. Unbelievable footballer, came in against Anfield, looked comfortable, and then from then, when Saliba got injured, he just slotted in perfectly. We didn't miss Saliba. That's the biggest compliment we can give to Christian Mosquera. Unbelievable footballer, man. And honestly, he can become one of the best centre-backs in the world in a few years' time. Just mark my words on that. He's looking like an unbelievable footballer so far. Gabriel Martinelli, I'm really pleased to say, he's going straight into A tier. Honestly, the revival of Martinelli, this is what I'm here for. No one wants to hate on Martinelli. One of the earliest players in this Arteta project, in this Arteta, system. He was even here before Mikel Arteta. Gabriel Martinelli, I just want to see him do well. And he's really picked up his form, the goal in the Champions League, and he's been scoring, coming off the bench quite often. Honestly, Gabriel Martinelli, just become an impact player off the bench. I'm very happy with that. But you've really impressed me this season. I'm going straight A tier for him. Hincapié, just been injured for too long. Zero game time, pretty much. We've barely seen him play. But he should be back after the international break, so we could be seeing what this Hincapié guy is made of. Moving on to Ethan Nwaneri, just hasn't had game time, if I'm being honest with you. And the same with Miles Lewis-Skelly. Calafiori is keeping him out of the squad. And yeah, this is my final rankings. Let me know down below if you agree with this. Am I going to make any changes to this? I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep this, I think it's a balanced tier list, if I'm being honest with you. You have Gyokeres, who's been slightly underwhelming. You have Julian Timber, Calafiori, Zubimendi in that S tier. The A tier with Noni Madueke, Raya, Mosquera, Martinelli. Honestly, I think I'm very happy with this list. Let me know down below if you agree with me in the comment section. And remember, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Your support means the world.